Okay, I had to take another break, and yeah, the main menu has changed yet again. This time we got our little friend Orland there, so yeah, it seems to change every arc, I think. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Anyway, back to the more depressing and dark story. Iggy. Something soft below me. Very warm, curled up and nested against my back like an oversized lumber pillow. Iggy. What a strange dream. Almost felt like I've been sleeping for a long time. What's the point in waking up now, though? The world keep on spinning without me for a few more minutes. Roll over with a groan. Fuck's sake, Iggs, you're gonna get yourself buried in there. Eyes snap open. This isn't my bed. This isn't my room. And that definitely wasn't a dream. Now my gaze turned towards the pile of stuffed animals I'm currently curled up in. A sad grey rabbit with droopy ears is staring up at me. Oh. I blink in silence, till a shadow overtakes my view. I look up to see a familiar orange-capped head. Don't tell me that fool knocked a few screws loose. Looking at the rubber as though it's about to start talking. I blink. Look from Genzo to the rabbit, and back to Genzo. Wait. Then we jump to my feet. Or perhaps stumble would be a better word, considering the way my legs almost buckle beneath me. I hold my head, waiting for the room to start spinning before attempting to walk. Easy on the sudden movements there, bud. Genzo just laughs and brings a hand up to my shoulder for support. Barely register what he says, attention more focused on our surroundings. Hardwood floor, the rounded windows, the crackling fire. Everything is the same as I remember. The table is still covered with half-eaten cookies and cake from our final feast. Fuck, that's all I can say. Stole the words right out of my mouth. Genzo gives me a corroborative pat on the back. Take a step towards the table, then towards the stove. Then stop. Is all I'm here? Been twisting my head back and forth. Genzo rolls his eyes. How the hell am I supposed to know? I don't acknowledge his response. Instead, already busy in my search. Checks out all three sets of windows, nothing. At the door, nothing. The only check behind the fucking table is that he could somehow possibly have been hiding there. But he's nowhere to be found. Shoulders sag for a moment, and rise. Perhaps he left some sort of clue for us. Start my shirt with renewed vigor, this time checking the shelves and cupboards behind the door and furniture. Genzo watches me the entire time, arms curled across his chest. Iggy, seriously? You know, you could be helping. I huff as I push myself back out from checking under the bed. 1. Genzo begins counting on his fingers. I don't fucking care. 2. I don't fucking care. And 3. I really don't fucking care. A little more concerned about figuring out what the fuck's going on here than I am about Freckles McFuckface. Can you simply watching me as I move from a set of cupboards filled with boxes of cookies to a crooked chest of drawers. Dust and moss and who knows what else escapes in a cough-induced cloud, gets stuck straight into my lungs, as I open one drawer then another. Blink back at the water that springs to my eyes. They're all empty. All empty except... Yank open the bottom one. Hear a whole pile of cylindrical objects go rolling out with a force. Crayons? There's hundreds of them. They all clatter and rattle against each other with the movement on the drawer. That's interesting. Grab a handful of them. I'll grab a handful. All of them look like they've seen use. Some even worn down to nubs. See more flashes of colour beneath where they lay. Drawings. Pages and pages of them. Draw the crayon back in and start extracting the papers instead. The hell is that? Ginzo wanders over. Somebody's drawings. Well, I can see that. Well, I can see that, but I'm not... He stops. I stop. Look up at him. I just now noticed he's not wearing his sunglasses. Oh. Ginzo turns away, hand to his hand massaging his scalps underneath. So, you know, the wish and all. It's a temporary thing. I blink, look down at the drawings, look back up at Ginzo. Actually weird, now that I think about it. Hadn't even noticed. Looks like I'd expected it. Thought it licks a gurgle of unease from my belly. Shake my head to force it away. It's no big deal. I mean, what else were you gonna wish for, right? Right. Anyway, let me get these over to the table. Sure. Two of us gather as many of the drawings as we can from the bottom of the drawer, dumping them on top of the table. Cooking crate crumbles go tumbling to the floor in the process. Drawings are crude, to say the least. From the splash of orange decorating most of them, it's clear who made them. Didn't know Owen was an artist. Guess he bites down on his lip as though holding in laughter. What did he do with these, though? Don't remember any of us doing any drawings during our trips here. Maybe he came by himself? It crutches his forehead. I like how it does from coming whenever we wanted. Yeah, I think that's might what have happened. Oh, poor thing. He had nowhere else to turn to. Especially from his father, so he came here. Pause. Not that I ever came by myself. Turns away with an unsettled cough. Feel my own cheeks heat up. I'd come by myself more than a few times. Sometimes just to get away from things. I had a place to myself to think. To escape. Shout at the top of my lungs where nobody could hear me. I never thought about the others. If they do something similar. Then I gaze back to the drawings. So many of them. Most of them sporting all of them in the rabbits. Playing outside. Going on picnics. Reading stories on bed. A good number of others are simply a single brown rabbit with droopy ears. No Wonderland rabbit. Normal rabbit. Drawing herself at smiling, sleeping, eating leaves. Some of them with all of them and the rabbit. Holding it, petting it, feeding it. Guy really loved that rabbit. Yeah, I get a feeling they were the only true family he'd ever known. Thinking through the pile, maybe more into view. Hey, is that you? Found one of all of them. What looks like Enzo holding his hand with a smile. Sun overhead. That's sweet, say with a grin. Enzo scowls and shoves it away. So hard it falls to the floor. Stupid. As much as I would love to give him a taste of his own medicine, it's probably best to ignore it. He seems especially aggravated, so I don't say anything more. Instead, it's simply continuing my rifling. Holy shit. Stop at one of a tall figure, holding the brown rabbit in the air. The figure is a tiny Olin with tears running down his face. Ginzo and I stare at it. Keep going. Drawings are getting weirder. Lots of black, lots of blue, lots of dark scribblings, all and crying. The tall figure from earlier with its hands raised, another shorter figure looking up at the ground with a giant frown. The shorter figure standing in a pool of red. I reach the final drawing. Suck in my breath. Nothing but jagged red and black scribbles. He'd attacked the paper so hard it was actually torn in places. Seeing upraised mounds of wax where pieces of the crayon had become lodged in the resulting grooves. Genzo and I don't say anything. Then my hand folded back to my side with a slump. Well, that went from a 0 to fucked a little too quickly for my taste. I don't respond. Don't know what to say. All I know is there's a big cold stone forming in my gut. I built to dwell on it long, however, because at that moment, sounds of footsteps interrupts my thoughts. Heavy and march-like, steady and methodical. Throw a glance at Genzo, then dash towards the window. Genzo follows suit, and soon both of us have our fingers on the sill and our heads squeezed inside the rounded frame. I am seeking out the source of the sound. They come 2 by 2, boots bruising the dirt, long ears bouncing left, right, left, round the curve of the well-trodden path, kicking up dust with each synchronous step. Hey, aren't those the rabbits? Wait a minute. Rabbits? Something dings in my head. Strange connection I hadn't even known was there. Something about the rabbits. And all of them. Yes, there's definitely a connection there. Well, I don't know what I don't know, but it's enough to propel me to my feet and towards the door. Maybe they know where all of them is, I say. I bring my hand to the doorknob. I don't have the chance to twist it before I'm shoved backwards and into the wall. Are you out of your fucking mind? Into the house. His fingers curled into the fabric of my shirt. Can't go out there. Those things will murder you. In my jaw tightened. Why the hell would they murder me? I used to play with them all the time back in the day. Genzo blinks. I see the side of his mouth twitch as he throws a glance towards the door. Because I just know, okay? I have a really bad feeling about it. About those rabbits in particular. He swallows hard. Oh, you have a bad feeling, do you? Maybe because you'd be doing something nice for all of them for once? Is that it? Your brain just can't take it? Push back against Genzo with enough force that it throws him off guard. Takes a step back. Eyes go wide and turn sharp. Another twitch. It has fuck all to do with Orm, okay? Just trying to keep us from getting killed. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Oh, his eyes. Yeah. Take a step back towards the door. You keep telling me that. I feel like you can't accept the fact that I might actually be worried about him. Time as I bring my hands out towards the knoll, Genzo jabs his elbow into my gut with such force that it knocks the breath out of me. Slams my back against the door, almost tight against my chest and keeping me pinned. It's at this point I hear the footsteps outside come to a hasty halt. Then voices. Not far away either. Genzo slaps his hand to my mouth as though afraid I'll say something. I can taste the sweaty palm against my lips. Just stand there, listening, waiting. Trickle sweat works its way down the back of my neck, beneath my collar, particularly my shoulder blades. Genzo's breath is shuddered and halting just beneath my ear. He's shouting now. Can't make everything out clearly, but someone's mad, really mad. And then, squishy thuds, again and again. Once with each one, Lincoln's hand pressing even tighter against my skin. There's a final deafening crack. More like a deafening squelch. Another shout. Then the marching begins anew. As it gets further and further away, I feel Genzo's grip loosen. Pulls it away entirely. I slide a good couple of inches down the door, realizing the build-up tension in my shoulders. Genzo wipes at his face, rubs his eyes, seems really bothered. Okay, well, I thought it was going to lead to a bad end, but... Okay, well, I kind of regret saying it now, but... Anyway, push myself up and away from the door, smoothing down the front of my shirt and wiping the residual sweat from my mouth. Can we go now, Your Highness? You know what? Fuck you too. Genzo just grumbles. I can't help but notice a strange pain in his eyes as he says it. Almost like I blink. For just a second. The room goes dark. Genzo is closer. Much closer. So close I can hear his heartbeat. So close I can smell the scent of his jacket. So close my lips are pressed. Image vanishes. Back in the cottage. Hand to my chest and fingers curled tight in the fabric of my shirt. Look at Genzo. Looks at me. I know he felt it too. Just as quickly as the feeling had overtaken me, it's gone. Half and turned away, almost curled across my chest. This isn't the time to be letting my thoughts run away from me. The place is weird enough as it is. We have more important things to focus on. I figure out what the fuck is even going on. Finding Orlum. If he really is here. He has to be here. No way he's... I don't give myself the chance to finish the thought. Shake my head to give my hair a tussle. Genzo just turns his head away with a grumble. Should we get going then? What? Yeah, let's just go. Walk out the door in silence. God damn. Two of us standing over the dead body of one of the rabbit guards. Looked like he's been bludgeoned to death, which would explain the sounds we heard from inside the cottage. It's fascinating, really. Where his head is dented inward, where his veiny eyes bulge half out of his skull, where his blood congeals on his fur in thick, dark clamps. I mean, do you really need to be describing it in all its gory detail? Not that something you see every day, I muse. Yes, unless you're a serial killer, Genzo squawks. Kneading his cap between his fingers, eyes twitching. Glances at me with a cockiest brow. Down ogling the flayed corpse there, Iggs. Snap out of my daze with a shake of my head. Not even having realized I'd been staring. Just grossing me out is all. And rightfully so. Genzo tucks his cap back over his tousled hair. Let's keep moving, shall we? Look first to the left, then to the right. I see we go this way. Something inside me snaps. Oh, so you get to make all the decisions now, do you? Genzo frowns at his bow. God damn, Iggs. What's wrong with you? It's only suggesting we don't follow the homicidal rabbits, but go off. The fuck? I blink. I did it again. Where did that even come from? Why should I care what direction we go in? Feels like literally everything is setting me off. Sorry. Rub my eyes. A strange residual heat dancing in my chest, or a seething flash of anger. That's fine. Yeah, let's go that way. Genzo looks at me for a moment longer, chewing on the inside of his cheeks, and starts off down the path. I follow after him. It's quiet as we walk. Tall clusters of fiery red corridor are sitting as the river of dirt directs us left and right, like the waters in a canyon. But whilst the sky glares a sunny orange, and on our either side, strange flowers of blues, purples, and teals dot the grass between the trees. Catch Genzo glancing at me. What? Turns back to the front, shrugs. Guess I almost hesitate to ask, but what do you wish for? I blink, frown. None of your business. Yeah, it was nothing. Nothing, finally say. Nothing? I don't know. Can't think of anything. I don't want anything. Goddamn, Mr. Perfect over here, Genzo laughs. Here I had about 50 different things I could have wished for. I don't respond. Even now, I can't think of what I could possibly want. Make sure Orlum is alright. That's less of a want and more of a need. I seriously need to make sure he's okay. Make sure he's not, you know. Then thought trail off as my eyes drift towards the surrounding trees. As for myself though, I just don't really care enough about my life, about things, about myself. Chill on the inside of my cheek, kills tickling the back of my neck again. Should've cared, my inner voice hisses. That's your problem. Now you let everything get fucked up. That anger again. This time I call it with a half. We rounded on the corner, and this time the path opens up into a small clearing. The outcropping of rocks overlooks a small pond at the other end. From its peak flows a miniature waterfall, light reflecting off the steady drizzle. Take a step towards the pond, only for Genzo to grab the back of my shirt. Quickly tugs me back behind a nearby tree. 2 seconds later, Rabbit Soldier appears, nose twitching and his eyes searching the ground. Freeze, eyes wide, 2 of us just watching the rabbit in silence. This? Fuck, I know this. I definitely know this. Images of blurred trees, racing steps, are flashing through my brain. Guess I must have been feeling something too, because arms tighten around me. Possessively almost. Rather than providing comfort, it makes me scowl. I don't need your protection. I can take care of myself. Joke away, but must misjudge the amount of force required, because the momentum sends me stumbling forward and out from the safety of the trees. God damn it, Iggy. Alice hits the dirt no more than 10 feet in front of the rabbit. Iggy, he begins to shout from behind me as I attempt to scramble back to my feet. But the rabbit is already staring at me, looming over me. God damn, is he tall. I suddenly feel incredibly small. Rabbit's head cocks first left, then right. I see his twitch. Who are you? He finally demands. I start to bring my hands up, hoping to somehow wave myself off and change my mind. You know what? I don't need this shit. This is our world. I'm not gonna let some old rabbit do as he pleases. Bring my index finger up and start to march forward. But I'm unable to finish. Genzo rushes out of the trees and yanks me back behind him with such force it momentarily jolts the air out of my lungs. Puts his hands up like some sort of football quarterback, ready to hike. But just passing through, nothing to see here, he tries. Rabbit doesn't seem to be buying it. He blinks, just staring at Genzo. His eyes dilates, widen. His ears go straight. Wait a minute. You're the fella the king told us to watch out for. He chuckles. You got yourself a little side dish too. This must be my lucky day. A promotion and a treat. Raises his spear with a slobber, points it straight at us, then charges. How just before I can process it. 1 second I'm standing behind Genzo, the next. Something gains my wrist and with such force it's a wonder my shoulder doesn't pop clean off its socket. Pulled out of the way of the charging rabbit just before the spear could have gone clean through my belly. Stumble forward, nearly topple against Genzo's shoulder. Then his fingers clamp even tighter around my wrist. He takes off down the path, dragging me with him. Genzo, choke up, barely managing to keep up. But he doesn't stop. Can't stop apparently, because when both of us throw a glance back, see the rabbit already after us, circling it back around and renewing his charge. Fuck. Path leads us out of the forest and down along a river, water whizzing by on our right. Going so fast we don't even notice the roadblock until it's too late. Genzo hits it first. Him give a startled oof right before I see him slam into the fleshy wall next to him. Both of us fall backwards to the ground. What the fuck? A giant slab of pink flesh, about waist high, just sitting there, blocking the entire road. It's wet. Sopping. Looks like a start. And for Genzo to Genzo's yelp to turn my attention back to the rabbit behind us. Up, up, up! Genzo shrieks and pulls me to my feet. Fingers clawing my shirt and practically throwing me up and onto the forest mass. Go head over heels, landing with a moist flop on my back. Just as I attempt to sit back up, Genzo follows, clambering up so quickly he loses balance and crashes straight into me. I'm back into the oozing ground with a sputtered oomph. Genzo's full weight coming down on top of me. Fuck my life, hear Genzo mutter. But he doesn't move for a second. And as I'm lying there, I feel my heart start to pick up. Because I can feel him. Weight keeping me pinned. Legs straightening my hips. He is I squeeze my eyes shut. All at once, memories of junior high are flashing back up into my mind, making my chest clench and my mouth dry. What if he... Don't let myself finish that thought. Panic getting the best of me, I shove up and against his shoulders with an exasperated huff. Get off! Genzo groans and starts pushing himself to his knees. But it's not fast enough for me. Give him another shove, way sharper than I intend. Get off! This jolts him. He jakes backwards so fast he slips back to the ground with a splat. Push myself onto my elbows and see him turn away. Cough. His face red. Sorry, fuck. I just... Yeah, got knocked out of me for a second. Mouth moves before I can stop. Well, maybe you should watch where you're fucking going. He winces. Looks at me. And towards the ground. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's weird. Why is Iggy acting like this? I mean, it wasn't because of my choices, was it? God, I hope not. He rubs a palm against his eyes. See his mouth what looks like a couple of rapid-fire rounds of fuck. At this point, beyond caring, I have more important things to worry about. The gaze goes first towards the rabbit, just standing there, at the edge of the flesh slab, speed rigid and eyes sharp. It's not following us. So I let my eyes wander further, following the pink nodules of the ground back and around up towards the cliff's face. That's when I see it. There, sitting in the side of the cliff, largest fucking eyeball I've ever seen in my entire life. It's round and wet, sitting there as though perched atop a throne. Upon our movement, its oversized pupil swivels with an almost audible rumble to stare straight at us. I think this is a tongue, I groaned. There's twisting disgust. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Throw a final look back at the rabbit to make absolutely sure he's not following us. Push myself shakily to my feet. Try to take a step. Come on, let's try to get across. Walking across the glacious surface turns out to be akin to walking across a waterbed. Very gooey waterbed. Probably slipping and fall face first into the pink pulp. Lava gushing out through the jiggling pores. Next to me, Genzo is crawling forward on all fours, face betraying his disgust. Turns towards me for a second, almost about to say something. Then he must decide against it, because I see him wince and jerk his head forward. Turn my own attention back to my hands, the way my fingers are sinking into the tongue's flesh. Bile quickly rises to the back of my throat. Disgusting. But I shake my head and keep going. Keep my eyes trained forward as I crawl, trying not to look or think about the viscosity seeping up beneath my fingernails. Slow going, but we're making headway. Halfway there, halfway across the vast ocean of pink. We just need to keep moving. At this moment, the tongue moves. It starts as a low rumble. Then the salmon-colored flesh begins to undulate, giving rise to rippling tremors that send our bodies bobbing. What the? Hands go slipping and sliding. Just a veritable mountain of flesh rises from the ground, taking us with it. The fuck? Kenzo loses his balance and lands with a splat on his back, his hands to his head. Going hillock takes us up, higher and higher. Or just suddenly shifting gears and rolling like a wave. The upsurge of flesh ripples crests, then surges forward, taking us with it. It was trying up and from down, slipping and sliding across the slick surface. And only once it slows to a stop, my body slides limply down the side of flesh. Do I notice how close we are to that all-seeing eye? Guess it glides down next to me. Neither one of us make a sound as the orbling pupil of the eye dilates, focuses, and stares straight through us. I see tiny twitches of movement, just ever so slight, jumping back and forth between us. Quiet. Moisture dribbles down my forehead and cheeks, past my collar to trickle my spine. Quiet. Close my eyes, take a deep breath, and all of a sudden, my jaw goes taut. Feel my brow furrow as my lips curl into a scowl. This fucking thing. Just had about enough of this. This is our world. Our Wonderland. I just pop open with a snap. Hey, push forward, separating myself from the slick surface of the tongue, nearly toppling over. As people jerks towards me immediately, dilating as it studies my wobbly frame. Iggy, what are you? Genzo winces and brings his hands to his cap. I don't care what he's thinking. Raise my fist with an angry grunt. Hey you big stupid bowling ball. People shudders. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You and this stupid tongue of yours. Don't down on the using flesh beneath her feet. Bounces with a gooey jolt. Think you can just block the road like that? I demand you let us through. Angry heat is back, bubbling and surging out through my chest, spreading out across my arms with a fiery tingle. Feel like I could take on anyone. Did you hear me? I shake of the fist. Gonna let us through right now. It makes a curious noise. It's like a confused dog. This is our world. You answer to me. Point right at it now. Feel the tendrils of heat lapping at my skin. And let's feel them rising from me, like a backdrop of fire and brimstone. Brings a smile to my face. Another noise from the eye. Then it quivers. Pupil rolls back, and out of view. Beneath us, the surface of the tongue unrolls and flies with a rumbling flop. Genzo yelps and falls back onto its rear end. When he wobbles back to his feet, his eyes are wide as dinner plates. Holy hell, eggs, what was that? I think my chest is fading away, leaving me on a feeling of pride in its place. Just a waist on my pants with a triumphant grin. Oh, you know, just telling it who's boss. Genzo blinks, cocks his brow. Finally returns the smile. God damn, gotta say, this is a side of you I'd never seen before. I shrug and start towards the end of the tongue, anxious to get it back on the solid ground. Oh, at least we finally didn't get almost eaten this time, which is good. And we didn't get licked either. It's tired of being so mellow, I guess. Genzo watches me for a moment, then turns to jog after me. Probably slips straight into a puddle of saliva. God damn it, Genzo. Once clear of the tongue, it is back to the road, which winds up and around, following the river to our right. Genzo tries to wring what he can of the vicious muck out of his hat, as I brush my fingers through the damp ringlets on my hair. It still feels gross. Even my pores feel clogged. What I do for a shower right now. Appearing ahead of us, a flashy movement catches my eye. Gaze goes immediately towards the far bank. Dock has been erected on the sand. A boat is slowly gliding its way over from the opposite direction. Genzo follows my gaze. He narrows his eyes. That is curiously convenient. He's not wrong, but at the same time, no. No, I remember this. Inside the miniature white riverboat is enough to bring fuzzy, shifty images bubbling to the surface of my brain. Also just remembered about the flower. What is Iggy going to do to the poor flower? Genzo looks from the boat to me, then back to the boat. He opens his mouth, closes it. Time he opens it for a second time, already joking in the direction of the dock and the boat. Fuck. Clutches at his hat and stares after me. I get to the wooden steps of the dock just as the boat comes to a halt at the other end of the pier. Jesus. Genzo huffs behind me as he wants to catch up. To the left of the dock is a cheery red and white sign with the words Kitty Cruise on it. Past it, I see the river fork, with the right channel leaning back along the direction we just come, and the left leaning deeper into the unknown. Point towards the boat like some sort of overwrought tour guide. We could take this, better than walking, that's for sure. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Stay out here and get eaten up then. See if I care. Snap. Fuck's sake. Genzo growls. Whatever. I grimace. Can't seem to stop lashing out. Words keep coming out of my mouth before I can stop them. Massage my forehead. Then start silently up the stairs. My ascent is halted, however, by a jovial high-pitched voice from the other side of the railing. Come and ride the Kitty Cruise, it's out of ways for days. Venture like you never had, and do your malice. Stop, blink, then lean over the railing for a peek at the ground below. It's a flower. Brilliant white petals adorn its oversized head, and its glossy green leaves teeming with its dance-like movement. Genzo stops up to the railing next to me, blinking curiously. Weird. Flower twists atop its root as though looking up at us. Couple orange, scant of height, pale yearnings your quick and trite, more glaring than your loss of sight. Raise a brow. What's that supposed to mean? Means a cheeky flower's about to get its roots flayed, that's what. Genzo starts climbing up and over the railing. Now brings its leaves up to its chalky yellow janicum, as though slapping its hands to its cheeks in fright. Calls at Genzo's approach. The gentle flower, locked in its earthen cage, knows not the fruits of a misplaced reach. Genzo snorts. Can't help but laugh. It's just a flower, Jen. You need to get so worked up. There's the one not getting ridiculed by it. Just ignore her. Come on. Genzo huffs but calms. Readjusts the cap of your head with a cavalier twist. Nods once at the flower, then steps back towards the stairs. Flower waggles its leaf, this time turning its attention to me. Though with force and fury your long journey may ease, take longer than that for your heart to unfreeze. Those words send a spark of electricity straight up through my spine. Fucking... Turn with a flash, stomping back down the steps and making a beeline for the flower. Iggy? Genzo just manages to grab the back of my collar before I go homicidal gardener on the poor plant. Pulls me back towards the steps of the dock. Let out another snort, face red with indignation. Damn, Iggs. What was all that about just ignoring it, huh? Genzo laughs. I don't miss the anxious trill just beneath the mirth. Seem a little high-strung. Often remise. I don't respond. Whatever, let's just get on the boat. Finally grumble and start wandering towards the end of the dock. Genzo following hesitantly behind. Man, wondering when the flower will finally get uprooted after all this. It's only a matter of time before somebody takes their anger out on it. Boat's still anchored at the end of the dock, almost as though waiting for us. Bobs up and down gently in the current. Looks fine to me. Once again, Genzo looks from the boat to me, back to the boat. Doesn't say anything. Whatever. I'm just gonna stand here for hours. Step forward, tossing a leg over the side and half stumbling into the bobbing boat. Genzo reaches out as though wanting to help, then just as quickly pulls back. Leaves me to sit down on one of the wooden benches before clambering in after me. For a moment, I'm worried that it might sink beneath our combined weight. Quite a bit larger than we were the last time we rode, but it ultimately holds true. There's something we need to do to get it started. Genzo takes a step across from me and glances around. Like I remember. Genzo's gaze drops to the deck. Fortunately, we're not left in the dark for long. Only a few seconds later, the water wheel is back slowly chugs to life. The shudder, the boat begins to glide across the water. The river is calm, smooth. The boat cuts through the water like butter, slowly but steadily. Once it reaches the river and the fork in the river, it turns left automatically, taking us further away from our cottage, the rabbit guards, and the giant eyeball. Genzo is still quiet. Got his hands shoved in his pockets and is gazing somewhat morsely at the passing scenery. Scratch my bare arm, starting to calm down again, heat dripping out my pores. Just where the boat's helping, back and forth, slow and smooth. Around the bend, now drifting dreamily past the colourful scenery. Knolls of gold and green slop, upwards and away from the riverbank. Red and purple trees stretch towards the orange sky. Decorating the ground are flowers of all shapes and sizes, cattails and tufts of white cottonweed, all seemingly untouched, no sign of life to disturb it. I turn back around, see Genzo staring at me. I blink. What? Looks away, guilty almost, as though he's been caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do. I guess I'm just still not used to it. I pause. Being able to look at you, I mean. Oh, I say simply. Guess, must be weird. Yeah, weird. Looks up at the sky, then back at the deck. Coughs. And I mean, you know, it's nice, like, seeing how, you turned out. As for me, though, I could have gone without seeing. You're ugly as fuck. I mean, wow. Kinda wish I never found that out. Oh my, you're not ugly. Maybe compared to Orlem. I'm sure he really takes the cake. He was ghastly enough as a kid. I get voice up again before I can stop it. Jake forward with almost an audible snap on my spine. For fuck's sake, would you just give him a fucking break? Genzo's eyes go wide, his face flushing. His gaze turns sharp. What the hell is wrong with you? It's just Orlem. Just Orlem? Just Orlem? Has it ever occurred to you that Orlem's a person too? He's one of our friends? And you treat him like shit. Oh, sorry. Didn't know you were in love with the guy, for crying out loud. Genzo grinds his teeth. Also, what the fuck? Last time I checked, you never cared about him before. Where was this was Orlem back when we were kids? Never saw you stand up for him. I press my lips together, heart twisting. It's true. It's fucking true. It's a horrible fucking person. Yeah, well, I wrenched my gaze away. Maybe I'm trying to make up for it. Genzo rolls his eyes. Oh, well, good for you, Mr. Saint. But just because you have an existential crisis about it doesn't mean you had to take it out on me. Oh, do I tell him about it or not? Not like Genzo would fucking care anyway, but... I think it's probably best that we actually don't say this, because because I know Genzo's not gonna fucking give a shit, and I'm worried that he might try and use it against all of them when we go see him next, which is kind of something I'm worried about, so probably best that we say nothing. Staring him for a moment, let's cut back into a snarl. Ultimately wrench my gaze away with a half. I shouldn't. Should I? I have no idea. Somehow it doesn't feel right. What? Genzo asks angrily. Don't respond. Oh, are you just not going to talk to me now? Is that it? Fine, whatever. See if I care. Continue on in silence, the air heavy on my back and shoulders. I still feel the rage down in my stomach. Rage at Genzo. Rage at myself. Churning and frothing just beneath my diaphragm. Yeah, I feel like it was for the best. I don't think Ola would want me telling Genzo about it either. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it's my story to tell either, anyway. Genzo grunts softly, looking at something along the right-hand bank. What's that? Huh? That sign. My gaze followed his and spied a small wooden sign with the words Collector's Territory ahead, painted on it in heavy red strokes. Who the fuck knows? I'm disinterested. Don't remember this collector guy from before. Well, if he tries anything, I'm gonna tear his fucking head off, I snarl. Genzo flinches, recoils. I just run my arms around my chest, straining a fiery dagger through the bench in front of me. On and on we glide. Uh-oh. Are we supposed to be, closing our eyes and stuff? On and on. Your animosity floats over my head like a cloud. Past tree after tree. Bend after bend. We pass a strange yellow hillock covered in what appears to be slowly smoking trash. I see nothing. Genzo sees nothing. Finally the boat slows to a stop. I look up to see a dock, identical to the one we embarked from. Huh. Weird. Nothing happened? Well, that would have to be a first. Is it because of the way Iggy is acting? Guess this is where we get off. Genzo says suddenly and pushes himself to his feet. I run a hand through my hair, scratching at the back of my neck. Man, we seem to be breezing through all this. Even though I hate seeing Iggy like this, it kind of made things easier for us. Because we didn't need to fucking die to the rabbits, didn't die to the eyeball, and didn't even get looked up by him, and the collector guy didn't even bother us. So. Here they're standing straight up for reasons I can't fathom. I swear I feel someone watching me the entire way off the boat, onto the dock. Polly there shaking his fist going, how dare you! I could have had you for my dinner. Shake it off, shrug my shoulders. Sorry, I'm just still imagining the thing pulling out one of his tentacles and raced at us like, next time, there'll be a next time. Genzo has his hands in his pockets and is staring down at the wooden planks. Don't say anything as I walk past. Past the dock, a valley of dirt winds itself off away from the river, watered on either side by more trees. Come on, I finally mutter and start down the path. Ugh, I just realized, because, next it's going to be Gidget, so I'm wondering how we're going to be reacting to her now, because, the last couple of times we, first of all, nearly lost our family jewels, and then second, we nearly lost our tongue. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Genzo falls in a step next to me. Hunter's a set of black tentacles curled around the boat's frame, slowly sinks back into the water. He was still there watching us, so... Not sure how long we walk. 20 minutes, 30, an hour? Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yet when I think back to the cottage, or discovering that hole in the tree, it already feels like a lifetime ago. Strangely disconnected. Try to think about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel fake. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. That's my life. That's me. Look down at my hand as though it might reveal an answer to some unspoken question. My mind drifts back to that voice in the tree. What do you want, Iggy? I don't know. I still don't know. Think back to the encounter with the eye. I started finding it felt to tell that thing off. For some reason that makes me think of all of them. Maybe if I had been able to tell Genzo off like that years ago, things would have never gotten so bad. Hell, think of what my own life could have been if I'd had that kind of goal. Not coding websites in that tiny apartment over in Brookside, that's for sure. I was spending my nights falling asleep on the couch and waking up to the ice cream stains on my shirt. No, might actually have accomplished something with my life. Makes me wonder if this is kind of what all of us been thinking. Anyway, going over my insecurities. Forced myself a place where I could finally feel like I meant something. All of a sudden, my footsteps changed to timber. Guys down to see the dirt path that is given away to cobblestones. I stopped for a moment, studying the new pavement. Tinkle along the back of my neck is back. Almost as though some part of me knew this was coming. Knows what's going to happen next too. Next to me, Genzo half-heartedly kicks at a pebble. Seems like I'm allergic to this place too. Hey, guess we're finally getting somewhere. Through the foliage revealing the upcoming bend, I spy a spattering of bright colours. Too bright even for the otherworldly trees. Something there. Expend the energy for a short jog, taking me around the trees and in front of what I can only describe as a gigantic billboard. I stop. Take it in. Feel my brows curl in on themselves. Jesus. Gidget trots up next to me, equally as stupefied. It's Gidget. Nearly larger than life and wearing little, very little clothing. Lying on her side, hair propped up on her hand, holding a martini glass in her other. Next to her are the words, "Come visit Wonderland's hottest goddess." Bright purple print. Grind my teeth together, fist clenching. That's a side of Gidget I'd never seen before. Gidget's brow reaches for the sky. The fuck is this? Is that a billboard, Iggs? Oh, start with the fucking jokes already. I mean, what's it doing here? Where's Gidget on it like some fucking porn star? Threw her exasperated hand in the direction of the billboard. Asking me like I have any idea either. Gidget rolls his eyes. What's she even doing here? Down here? Does she think this is some kind of game? Gidget rolls his shoulder with a frown, but doesn't say anything. Not only is the sign pissing me off, it's also making me uncomfortable. I had to put up with enough sex being shoved in my face in my daily life. Now here's my girlfriend and feeling much more than I ever wanted to see of her, making my stomach turn flip-flops. Putting my hands on my arms as uncomfortable prickles begin turning my arm hairs skyward. Shake my head and turn away, looking instead further up the path, bordered by other small placards that stick up and out of the ground like signposts. All those poor Gidget, some in gorgeous dresses, some in bright summer symbols, some in ridiculous gowns that look like they would come straight out of a fantasy or horror movie. See Genzo chew on the inside of his cheek. Guess that confirms Gidget's here. I huff, then realize Gidget's here. The chances that Autumn is here are much bigger. that Gidget might even know where he is. So quickly down the Gidget-lined path. Jesus, he gets a yelp before shuffling footsteps rush up behind me. This ain't the Boston Marathon, Iggs. "20 placards later sees us at the entrance to a small village. Three of the quaint white and dark wood cottages, puffing chimneys, curving cobblestone roads and vine-dappled walls. Remember this, though not quite as clearly as the kiddie cruise, more like out-of-focus snapshots. Once, we're not the only ones here. People are milling about, walking from building to building, but none of them so much as glance up at us as we look around. Walk down the street with purpose, gaze going sharp as I take in our surroundings. Next to me, Genzo is adjusting his cap as he has to keep up with my forward pace. Round the next corner and stop. A crowd of people is gathered outside one of the more ornate-looking homes. There are a good 15 or 20 of them, and though they whisper amongst themselves occasionally, the attention stays fixed on the door. Genzo promptly runs into my back. God fucking... I ignore him, because I know who's going to come out of that door. I can already feel my jaw tighten. Good morning, darlings. Door flings open to reveal Gidget with a hand raised above her head to greet the crowd. Previously quiet gathering erupts into cheers and applause. Thank you so much for seeing me off today. Another shoot, can you believe it? Girls here just can't keep their eyes off me. Heads down the steps, crowd planning to allow her room. Immediately there's hands reaching out, thrusting papers and books for her to sign, trying to catch a passing touch of her arm or shoulder. Love you, Gidget. Marry me, Gidget. Gidget's mouth curls in an over-exaggerated frown as she watches through. Oh, sorry. No, I'm in quite a rush today, she pauses, then smiles with a wink. But I suppose 1 or 2 autographs wouldn't hurt. Crowd goes wild, flinging their pens and photos and exposed skin at her with even more vengeance. You first, Gidget. I'm your #1 fan, Gidget. Turns towards the person standing nearest her. Teenage girl with a bouncy ponytail decked out in pins, stickers, and accessories all featuring Gidget's name or face. Girl wrings her hands in excitement as Gidget signs her name in her autograph book. At this point, I had just about enough. Saw straight towards the crowd and that bouncing waterfall of blonde hair. Gidget. It turns around at the sound of my voice. But before she can respond, a hand is on her wrist, and tugging her out and away from the crowd. It turns instantly tense. Hear cries of anger and disappointment begin bubbling out from the crowd. Gidget flashes them a somewhat confused smile and waves her hand to calm her down, even as I continue pulling her away. It's alright, darlings. This is my friend. I'll be right back. Another tug, this one cutting her off. Spin her towards me and bring my hands down on her shoulders. Stare at her. Stares at me. I blink at me in abject stupor. Iggy, Honey says, almost nervously. You're here. I can't believe it. And with a tiny wince. Is something wrong? What exactly do you think you're doing? What do you, mean? Chuckles with a quick glance back to her to a crowd of irate fans. This, I gestured towards her dress, perfectly coiffed hair. This, turned towards the crowd and house beyond. What are you doing down here? Why are you... Bring a hand to my forehead with a sigh. How long have you been down here? Kid looks away with a guilty frown. I'm really not sure, to be honest. Days have all kind of run together. Gaze jumps back up with a cheery gleam. I'm having so much fun. The place is so amazing, Iggy. Like, even better than when we were kids. Happier than I've ever been in, well, since as long as I can remember. Laugh. Now that you're here, things can only get better. Yeah, until we piss you off. Finishes with a wink. Who I got twisted in what could either be anger or discomfort. Or both. It's at this point that Gensler finally manages to push herself between the crowd next to us. Gensler will yelp as he twists away, they fall into the cobblestone in the process. God fucking damn. That guy walk here. Scowls and smooths down his rumpled clothes. What are we, in New York? Oh, you're here too, Gensler. Gidget smiles. Gensler looks up at us. At my grip on Gidget's shoulders. He brings a finger up to say something. Let it go across my arms with an annoyed huff. I see you've already been given the privilege of experiencing Iggy's newfound attitude. Does seem a little high-strung, Gidget laughs. Feels like someone could use a little Wonderland cheer of his own. Cheer? A squawk? Hands displayed in disbelief. We were almost killed. Gensler taps his chin. He does have a point about that. Oh, come on. Killed? I think you're over-exaggerating a little bit. Gidget raises a brow. The place is like a giant playground. Nothing down here that would hurt a flea. Yeah, maybe not in this sheltered Garden of Eden you created for yourself here. Have you tried stepping outside for just a second? Throw a finger back in the direction we came. Warping this place into a nightmare. Gidget rolls her eyes. Hands go to her hips. Maybe it's your attitude. If you're trying to enjoy yourself, maybe you'd have a little bit of fun. My hands to my head with a frustrated grumble. I mean, don't agree with everything she's saying, but I do have to admit that you need to chill out a bit, Iggs. Gensler raises his brow in very concern. Never seen you like this before. Turn my gaze towards the sky as though it will provide me an answer. I don't finish. Yeah, it is weird. Maybe it's Wonderland itself. Maybe. It's just a thought, but Iggy only started acting like this when we entered Wonderland, so... Yeah, I've just been thinking, because, like... Don't know why he's acting differently from the other couple of times we've been down here, but... The only thing that's been different is that we went and saw Orlem instead of seeing Genzo, so... yeah, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with Orlem or Wonderland or both, I don't know. I just kind of spouting out random thoughts, but... Anyway, continue on. But I don't finish. I can't finish. I feel so tight with anger that I can't seem to get the words out. So instead, I grind my teeth together and jerk my head away. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna get a drink. Say before stomping off in the direction of the inn. You go do that. I'm gonna have a fantastic shoot down by the pier. Gidget shouts after me. Turns away with a half of her own. Blonde hair following behind her. Gensler must find herself at a loss. He watches for a moment, watches Gidget. Gensler warns and jokes after Gidget. Probably for the best. Good. Just want to be alone for a little while. Don't need any of them. Yeah, at least I won't be dragged into any photo shoots this time. Now, goes on to, which body part is Gidget gonna choose to cut off this time? If we even allow it, for that matter. Not sure how long he's sitting at the inn drinking. 1 hour? 2 hours? Start with a beer. After I realize how full it's making me, switch over to whiskey. Behind the counter just keeps bringing more. Don't tell her no. Not a heavy drinker. In fact, I wouldn't even call myself a drinker. Not the occasional beer with friends. Sometimes when I'm in the mood, I'll buy myself a bottle of wine, have myself a little movie night. but I'm not normally one who enjoys the feeling of losing themselves to a drink. But Orm does, though. And he did mention that, about drinking to forget, and drinking more when he's around Genzo, so yeah, maybe he is rubbing off on us. Because, yeah, Iggy was also talking about how he was feeling like he would, like back when we were in the forest, how he was feeling like he wasn't worth anything and not achieving anything, which is something Orm would probably feel, so yeah. Well, this continues on, the more my theory is correct, that something is rubbing off on us here in Wonderland. It's definitely Orm. Now, however, something about the anger and frustration dancing around in my belly is making me crave it. Feeling a disconnect that grows with each passing drink. What's wrong with them? All of them. Why are they acting like this is some sort of game? All they ever think about is themselves. And they don't care about who they end up hurting along the way. I don't want your attention. I don't want your protection. I can take care of myself. But if they'd given even a fraction of the unwanted attention they'd always showered on me to all of them, none of this would have happened. Fuck, all of them. I completely forgot to ask if Gidget had seen him. Oh well, he'll be back soon enough. I doubt the friend dote on me some more. I down another shot of whiskey and feel it burn its way down my throat. He's throbbing my chest. And already everything has a slightly fuzzy and lethargic feel to it. Hey, Iggy? Don't you have to turn around to know who it is? As soon as I confirmed when I find Gidget and Genzo staring at me in concern. A weird kind of pity in their eyes. Come on, Iggs, why don't you come join us at the table over there, huh? Genzo motions towards an empty table near the far wall. Oh, let's see what this is, I sniff. Rub at my mouth. Gonna have an intervention or some shit? You're so sweet. Tried my stall with a slight stumble. Both of them jerk forward to catch my fall. Scowling at myself away, wait until they pull back before meandering towards the table in question. Slump into the nearest chair. Iggs. Genzo sits down across from me, clasping my clasped his hands. Looks nervous. Is everything okay? Not acting like yourself, Iggy. Gidget this time. Like myself? What does that even mean? Press my chin in my hand. Me not going along with your little game or dress up? Maybe I don't want you dragging me around like some doll, huh? What are you... It's not even... Because your face goes red. And you... I turn to Genzo this time. Steps back with a little start. Maybe I don't want to go along with the old smart-ass comments anymore. Maybe I think you're an asshole all these years. Genzo's eyes twitches, looks away, looks back, looks at the table. Which reminds me, I was actually meaning to ask, continue, turning back to Gidget. You haven't seen it all around, have you? Ah, fuck. Should have known this was about that fucker. Genzo jolts to his feet, hands coming down hard on the table. It's all this and all that with you, isn't it? That little weasel doesn't deserve half the energy you put in freaking out about him. Not to mention him, showing the height advantage I have over him. That's the one who made him the way he is. What the hell did he even do to you, huh? His face goes red, redder than I've ever seen it. Bows down on his lip, tears of frustration glimmering in his corners of his eyes. Maybe I don't need to tell you, huh? That's just between me and him. You know that little fucker has gone his ways of getting exactly what he wants. If you... Guys! He's always cast him off before his arms would come between us. Just calm down, okay? Everyone's staring at us. Laura glanced out at the inn, and met with wide-eyed stares on the majority of its patrons. It grows incredibly warm. Drop quickly to my seat. Gentle a sweat weaving down the nape of my neck. Genzo follows suit. Tugs at the collar of his jacket, wipes his forehead. Thank you. Gidget sighs and takes her own seat. We get laced together at the top of the table. Fuck. Need a smoke. So he gets his face shaking as he pulls out his carton of cigarettes. Puts one between his lips. I'll be right back. He shoves his chair back and heads for the door. Cause I watch him leave. Awkward silence hanging over the table. Anyway, cause of like her hair behind her ear, or something acting shy. You wanted to know about Olam? He's here. Brings the first light of hope into my heart since stepping foot in this godforsaken place. You see? Oh, thank fucking God. Lean forward and grab Gidget's hand in a move that must completely take her back, cause her eyes shoot wide open. Fuck. Don't know how worried I've been about him since yesterday. He's like, alright and everything. He's doing okay. Gidget glances down between my grip on her hands and my close proximity to her face. She's go pink. Is he okay? Chuckle. Iggy's like, charged with everything. To be honest, I'm surprised you don't know yet. In charge of... This gives me a pause. Release my grip on Gidget to sit back in my chair, blinking. Yeah, he lives in this huge castle. Just across the lake, actually. Been up there a few times. Amazing dinner parties. Dancing, you name it. She brings her hand to her chest with an awkward laugh. Though I haven't been up there in a little while now, since last time he tried to get me to sleep with him. Yep, that sounds like all of them. I mean, that's all good enough already, but also all the other women I talk to at those parties says these into... Here's drops. Rises, drops again. Yeah. I'm not surprised that all of them is also a little bit freaky. Apparently she looks back up. Butt stuff. Of course he's into butt stuff, of course. Aren't most guys? I mean... Yeah, aren't most guys. Not sure if I say it to defend all of them, or if I say it to somehow make myself sound normal. You know, like I actually know what I'm talking about. Either way, I try to laugh it off. Aren't most guys, of course, I chuckle. Gidget looks away, then back. Now, I mean like... on himself. Again, I'm not surprised. That sounds like on brand for all of them. I blink. I feel my cheeks heat up to about 500 degrees. Anyway, this conversation's getting too weird. I mean... Honestly, this conversation is pretty normal compared to everything else we've encountered so far, so... You guys should definitely go check it out. I'm sure he'd invite you on to one of his parties. I'm sure you won't be quite so, awkward. Yeah, about that. Yeah. Because, we got to see a different side of him last time, and it was not fun. And also the time before that. Pretty much, Olam and me pretty much nearly got killed. Well, I mean, Olam pretty much died. I mean, Olam, Genzo pretty much died, but me on the other hand, I nearly died, but... Anyway, pause. Well, guess I'm not so sure about him. Throws a nervous glance at the door. He's like there's something, stuff going on between them. Tell me about it. When I hand through my hair. Not sure if it was the argument, the embarrassment, or the genuine awkwardness of this whole situation. Comforting low, the alcohol has already started to wear off. Nothing but exhaustion this week. Now that I know that Olam is okay, some of the anger has begun to recede. Scratched at my neck, sweat soaking into the grooves under my fingernails. Sorry, for snapping. I guess I was just what? Don't even know, to be honest. I'd just been overcome with so much anger. Anger I couldn't control. I thought I'd glance around. This place. It's this place. This doesn't work up here. I felt weird. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it's like literally ever since we got into Wonderland, we've been... Our attitude is falling off the handlebars. Like all my emotions are heightened. You need to be careful. Even someone as easygoing as myself can get lost to a little spark of anger like that. Can't even imagine what real fury could turn into, yeah. Or any other extreme emotion for that matter. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening with Gidget and even Autumn, I'm assuming. Because that's why they're acting the way that they do. Wait, because that's like with like Gidget when she keeps on... When they keep getting into the bedroom, like... Okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. Because that explains why Gidget acts the way she does towards us when we get to the bedroom scene. And then when we get to Autumn, and then he flies off the handlebars with trying to kill us. I'm guessing it's like how we feel when we get into Wonderland, because we were pretty much like on edge because we were so worried about Autumn. And we were kind of pissed off that Genzo was like being shitty towards him, so it's just heightened those emotions, so. Unless there's if or Q, feel the touch of skin on my hand. Turn my head up to see Gidget's fingers curling softly around my wrist. It's okay, everyone's worked up. I understand. Smile. To be honest, really happy to see you here, Iggy. I've been thinking about you a lot while I've been down here. I blink, press my lips together. You have? I mean, guess I've had a lot of time to think. Face softened about my life, about the things I want. That's, good for you, I guess. Fortunately, at this moment, Genzo returns. Face has settled into a sort of grey. Eyes look dark and just slightly pink around the edges. Hey, sorry it took so long, I stops. However, when his gaze lands on the table, or more specifically, I'll get his hand on mine. Looks up, away, towards the ceiling. His eyes tighten, making his face look, if it's even possible at this point, even more disappointed. Shit, sorry. Pull my hand back, sticking it between my legs as though wanting to hide it away. It's nothing, we were just talking. Pause. Gidget said that Olm's here. Oh? Yeah, guess I'll maybe try to go see him tomorrow? I see. Grows quiet again. I can't even push my glasses up to my nose. Maybe for now we call it a night though. Don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking exhausted. Yeah, I'm pretty beat too. That's not a bad idea. Genzo tugs his hat up, scratches at his scalp. After a few more moments, we both turn to look at Gidget. She stares back blankly and jumps. Oh, right, of course. Got rooms here you can both stay in. Come on, let me show you. Let's go ask Mrs. Graham. Stands up and begins making her way towards the back counter. Genzo and I shuffling on behind. Mrs. Graham, my friends were wondering if they could have some rooms for the night. Of course, dear. Anything for our local goddess. The older woman says with a wink before procuring 2 sets of keys. Gidget just blushes. Thank you so much. And turns to us. Here you go. Rooms are just upstairs. And you can find your room number on the key. Grab my keys from Gidget. Thanks. This is really great. See you in the morning then? She nods with a smile. I don't miss her gaze go pointedly towards the etched in number on the top of my key as it passes out hand. Uh-oh. For a moment I thought she would actually go back to her home and we'd have a peaceful night. I palm it quickly. Yeah, thanks. Genzo takes his. And both of us are trudging our way up the stairs, coming out off the landing into a quiet hallway lined with doors. Reach Genzo's first, and he turns out towards it with a little sigh. chew on the inside of my cheek. Hey, I'm sorry about downstairs, I finally say. It's okay. Doesn't even turn to look at me. Instead, focusing on getting the shaky tip of his key into the lock. Watch him for a moment. Turn away once he gets in and clicks it open. Anyway, good night. Remember, as I start down the hall. It's about me and all of them. I stop. Turn. He's staring at the wood panel of his door. Finally glances towards me. His eyes are tight. Shakes his head. Looks away. Never mind. Go get some sleep. Watch him push open his door and step inside. You two. Yeah, something definitely happened. Door shuts with a click. I sigh. Carry on to my own room, just a few doors down the hall. I twist the key and lock and push open the door. I find myself in a cozy room, outfitted with a bed, wardrobe and desk. I step inside. Quiet. It's wonderfully quiet. Finally alone. I hadn't realized quite how much I needed this until right this moment. I could practically feel my chest unclench itself, muscle by muscle, as I let out the longest breath of my life. Meander towards the bed, decorated with a thick red quilt, crowned at the top by two fluffy-looking pillows. Sit down and feel the mattress curved delightfully beneath me. Take the opportunity to examine the room. Walls have been built with thick, rounded logs. Reminds me of the old cabin I stayed at during camp one summer. Rustic. But it feels relishing in the quiet. Kick off my shoes and swing my legs up and onto the bed. God, it feels good to get off my feet. And my eyes wander towards the ceiling. That white swath of nothingness, which my brain would get lost in. Tomorrow I'll finally be able to see all of them. To ascertain with my own eyes that he is, in fact, okay. That thought brings me some peace. Crazier things are around here, guess I can latch onto that. He's like in charge of everything. Curling my top lip upwards, stretching my toes inside my socks. In charge of everything? Train of thought for sure. Hard for me to imagine Mousy or bossing anyone around, let alone everyone. Yet, kinda glad for him. Deserves a chance to call the shots for once, if it can only be in a fantasy world like this. Rouse horror. Yeah, fantasy world like this. Still need to figure out what the fuck is even going on. Maybe he'll be able to help with that too. Maybe he even knows where Bucks is. Something tells me she's the key to all of this here. Yeah, man. With everything that's going on, I keep on figuring out about Bucks, like the whole reason we're down here to begin with. And we haven't really gone to see much of Bucks, apart from the beginning of the game. Every other time she's tried to kill us. So, maybe it's for the best. We'll start after the call from Hannah, after all. There's a knock at the door. A grimace. Somehow it's not like I didn't know it was coming. Yep. Here we go. Swing back around reluctantly. Swing my feet back into my shoes. Coming. Shuffle towards the door. Fumble with the doorknob. Pull it open. Yes, I get it. Gidget's high smile greets me on the other side. Hey, I say. Hey, she says back. Sorry, I mean, is it okay? Kinda got interrupted earlier, and I just wanted to talk. I wince, but don't really feel like I can turn her away at this point. Sure, I'm okay. Move to the side so she can come in. Walks in the middle of the room and looks around. Rooms are nice here. I stayed in one my first couple of nights here. Who everyone prepared that place for me in town. Yeah, it's nice. Stand in the doorway, unsure what to do. Then finally slide my way towards the bed. Push myself on the edge, expecting her to take the chair in front of the desk. Sits next to me on the bed instead. I don't move. It just feels like it's frozen in place. You're leaving tomorrow then? Yeah, softly, get centered on her lap. It's, well, I guess I'd like to check on all of them. You know, for personal reasons. Shift my legs, in my elbows on my knees. You seem really worried about him. Do I? I mean, not any more than normal, really. I scratch at my cheek. She seems to be doing well for herself down here, so I don't think there's anything to worry about. And again, he has always been a little different. I'll say this. Kind of the odd one out, you know. Pause. To be honest, he's always kind of weirded me out. Where he just followed us around like a little mouse, all through school making weird comments. Now, ugly rat tail. Yeah, pretty ugly, though. I mean, I myself personally don't like rat tails. That hairstyle usually doesn't suit anybody, so yeah, I'm still liking it on, so yeah, it's kind of cute. Chill on the inside of my cheek, feeling those uncomfortable twinges of guilt begin rising up in my belly. Okay, but the rat tail has a lot of character, you know, and it's admittedly kind of cute. Cute? Oh please, Iggy. It is cool to want this hairstyle back. Sorry, but to me it just screams greasy slime ball. To be honest, it's no wonder he never had a girlfriend. Might as well have had a girl repellent hanging from the back of his head. Should really look at her a moment, blinking. Damn, never realized it was such a source of vitriol before. I never found it particularly attractive myself. I didn't find, well, much of anything attractive. Maybe I'm not the best judge? Still, some part of me perhaps always wondered what it'd be like to run my fingers through it. Thought brings a flush to my cheeks. Fuck, that's a bit weird, isn't it? I want to run my fingers through another guy's hair. Bring a hand to my own hair, as though this was somehow hide my embarrassment. Gidget, however, must take this as a sign of disapproval. And I see your face fall. But, I mean, do you know he has gone through a lot? Remember when his mum... Yeah. Silence returns. Gidget brings her hands up, pressing her thumbs together. Anyway, I meant what I said downstairs. Really, I've been thinking a lot about a lot of things. Of course. Maybe it's because of this place. Not really a lot to worry about down here, you know. I feel like my mind's been a bit clearer. Rub at my wrist, gaze lifting from the floor to the center, somewhere around Gidget's knees. Also, like, finally getting something I wanted for so long. How happy it made me. Kind of makes you think about other things you've been wanting, you know. Don't respond at first. When Gidget glances up, give a little grunt. She smiles. Seeing you finally here, it made me really happy. Then downstairs, when you held my hand so tightly, can't help but think that you too. Brings her hand to her cheek, face red. Iggy, She swallows, takes a deep breath, seems to be getting herself. Brushes the straps of her dress off her shoulders, ties the fabric down around her belly. Well, that escalated quickly. We've never gotten, this far before. Let's go about 5 times bigger. Gidget seems horrifically embarrassed. Her face and her neck have turned bright red. At first, she can't seem to stop wanting to hide herself with her arms. Finally, she lets them fall, baring her entire upper half. Gidget, I choke. My own face is probably the same color. I don't like them very much, but I thought that you might, so you really don't have to do that. Eke out, bring a hand up to my eyes to help shield them. My whole body has gone tense, a cold chill working its way up my spine and making my skin crawl. It's okay, I want to, Iggy. I see her smile, pull her legs up onto the bed, turn towards me. I want you to see me, Iggy. I want to make you happy. Fuck. Bite down on my tongue so hard I could taste blood. Time to shiver. Uncontrollable quakes shoot up and down my arms and legs. All this I did it all for you. Why? Finally managed to croak. Still trying to do my best to not really look at her, but also not completely look away so as not to be rude. She pauses for a moment, look of confusion crossing her face. Then she smiles shyly. "'Cause I like you very much, Iggy. I always heard that maybe you liked me too." She just get even redder. "I'm sorry, it's a little forward, but I thought since you're leaving tomorrow." A pause, and she seems to get flustered. "But you don't need to give me an answer right away. I know you guys, you need your time to think and all." Calls forward, one hand on my thigh, the other goes for my shoulders. "But maybe tonight I could take care of you." And leans in, let's go to the side of my neck. "You like that, wouldn't you?" Touch sends cold needles all up and down my shoulder and chest, cinching tight the knots in my stomach. Feel my throat constrict, which forces an undignified gasp of air hissing between my teeth. Could you please put your clothes back on?" Say with a shudder. Gidget stops, pulls back, blinks. "I'm offering you no strings attached sec. You do realize that, don't you?" "I realize that. Very well, thank you. And I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't really, it's just really fumbling." Whole back feels like it must be coated with sweat. Fingers shake as I run them across my clammy forehead. Gidget stares at me for a moment, narrows her eyes. "You think I'm disgusting, don't you? I knew it." I see her brows furrow as her top lip begins to tremble. "What?" I squawk. "Never said." "How could you, Iggy?" He brings her hands to her head, clutching her hair. Everything. I did everything for you, Iggy." Hush does my chest. A spark of my earlier returns. "What are you even talking about?" But she's barely listening. Instead, she's tugging at her hair, pulling at it, yanking and yanking until two giant handfuls snap between her fingers. This stupid hair. I hate it. This stupid dress. She grabs the folds of the fabric slumped around her belly and begins pulling at it. "I hate it." "Gidget, stop." Reach forward to stop her from ripping the fabric apart. It just seems to incite her tirade further. "I hate these stupid fat lumps." Grabs her chest, fingers forging divots into the soft skin. "I thought you would, Iggy. You're of all people. I gave up everything for you. I want to be perfect for you." And inside me snaps. "Who asked you to do that, huh? 'Cause I sure as hell didn't." Put my finger right up in her face, able to stop, able to keep the words from tumbling from my mouth. "I don't want any of this. I don't want sex. I don't want people throwing themselves at me. I want people expecting things of me. I don't want you." Gidget's face goes white, then red, then purple. She opens her mouth. "Well, here we go," and screams. So loud and shrill, I had to clamp my hands over my ears to stop my head from ringing. Screams and screams and screams. She grabs the lamp off the table, put it straight at my head. "I hate you!" Hits me square on the crown. For a second, it feels like a knife is staring its way into my brain. White hot stars flash across my eyes at the point of impact. Pulses, up and down, and inside my skull. "Fuck," I shout, eyes quickly filling up with tears. Already reaching for it again, throwing like a spider across the mattress and towards the denser lamp. I was kind of thinking of it just as like a horror movie where the possessed person is just like contouring their body, it's just like crawling along the ground. That's what I could think of. And this whole place is pretty much turned into like a horror land instead of Wonderland. Through my warped vision, I managed to kick it away, sending it flying across the room and cracking against the far wall. Now's my chance. Go scramble off the bed, one hand still clutching at the back of my head, and race for the door. Bed groans as Gidget flies off. Then I hear footsteps, clattering, sound of the desk drawer being opened, but I pay no heed. Of course, going straight for the scissors, again. All I focus on is through my pulsing vision is the door. Get out, get out, get out. So fast I ram my shoulder into the wooden paneling. Takes the air out of me again. And I'm fumbling with the knob. Fingers like clumsy sausages. Turning around to check on Gidget. Only to find myself thrown back against the door. She's there. She's here. Happens so fast. So fast I don't even register the pain. Glance towards my right shoulder to see a large pair of scissors sunk handle deep just above my armpit. His fingers curl so tightly around them that her whole hand is shaking. Shit. A deep red puddle is forming across my shirt, oozing out like a scarlet pit stain. Gidget. I must snap her out of it, because her eyes go suddenly clear. As she steps back, letting go of the scissors and just staring at me. Staring at the bloody handle of the scissors trembling in the air. Iggy, she says softly. Take advantage of this moment to reach across and yank the scissors out of me. And stab them straight into her neck. Oh, it's about time that we killed somebody again. Oh, she gurgles. Coughs. Hands go through her throat. It's also about time that she felt the wrath of the scissors too. And she pulls out the blades, leaving loose a waterfall of blood. Drops the scissors and limps back towards the center of the room, gagging, choking, coughing, both hands to her neck and trying to stop the deluge of blood. She drops to her knees, pulls onto her back, eyes bulging, bleeding at the ceiling, shaking, twitching. Throat rattles and retches as though she's trying to say something. All the while, the puddle of blood beneath her grows. I wander over and pick up the scissors off the ground, kneeling down next to her. Strangely calm. Just staring at her. Barely even feel the pain in my shoulder. Yeah, it's also about time that Iggy goes off the rockers and goes completely crazy. My muscles aren't shaking anymore. In fact, perfectly still. Gidget's eyes turn towards me. See the veins bulging. See him mouth something inaudible. Oh, holy fuck, okay, didn't realize we were gonna get given this choice. Let's see what happens if we don't finish her off. Because I could only assume... I don't know. I don't know which one is going to lead to a game over or not, but... I've saved, so... Something catches inside of me. Wait. What am I... doing? Fuck am I doing? Sucking my breath. Eyes tightening. Feel strangely disconnected from everything. Just none of this is even real. Except that this is real. Pain pulsing back into my shoulders is evident enough of that. Clench my eyes shut. Shake my head. Again and again. No. No. This isn't me. This isn't me. A shiver runs from the base of my spine all the way up to the crown of my head. Drop the scissors to the floor. Bring my palms to my forehead, fingers clenching my curls. Sit there and breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe. I notice I no longer hear the sound of Gidget gasping. So I open my eyes. Glance down. She has the scissors. Oh fuck. You're gonna say, oh great, she at least died on her own, I guess, but it's the only thought my mind has time to process. Well, she slammed the scissors straight into my eye. Ow. I check back. Pain. Fuck. My sluggish nerves are suddenly filled back into immediate action. Throw about the throb of icy hot daggers flare out from my eye. I can't see. Can't fucking see. Grab my hands, trying to find the ice pick piercing through my brain. By the time my fingers find Gidget's wrist, it's already yanked the scissors back out. Ew, my eye. Taking my eye with them. There's a half-audible snap as it rips free from my optic nerve. Then a gooey plop as it lands on the ground, rolling across the floorboards. I must lose consciousness for a second because every muscle in my body gives out at the same time. I feel myself falling. Slow motion almost, like a puppet that has just had its strings cut. Well, at least she finally got my eyes out this time. And my head cracks against the floor and everything speeds back up. Fire. Across my face. Pulsing. Head a whirl with colourful lights as my vision throbs. My brain screams. Slam my hands to my empty eye socket as blood pumps out of the gaping hole. Where's my eye? I have to put it back. Gidget's on top of me now. I feel her muscles shaking against me. Blood still cascading down her neck. Her lips continue to gasp for air. But she's smiling down at my plight. I had trouble, Iggy? Voice crackles as blood leaks from down her chin. I always did have trouble seeing things that were right in front of you. Raises the scissors back up, above her head. I was trembling. Don't worry now, though. Now we'll be together forever. And she plunges them straight into my chest. Well, I knew I should have taken her out. Fortunately, you were scissored. Not the good kind of scissoring either. At least you don't have to worry about finding your eye anymore. Yay. Wait, that was different. Saying something inaudible. Do it this time. Oh, God, that is actually interesting. Because we did the other option, we actually get to hear what she's saying this time. Do it? Do what? You know you want to. I blink. Lick my lips. Something right after everything she's done to you. After everything she's put you through. She deserves this. I just go tight around the handle with scissors. Yeah, and then we only get the one option. Oh, I like this. Finish her off. Yes, that's right. She deserves this. And I deserve this. Let the scissors into the air. And plunge them into her chest. They snap in nicely. Sticking a knife into a pumpkin for carving. A red stain quickly spreads out and away from the hole, turning a white dress into a dark crimson. Not moving now, only small twitches. My hands pressed against her throat have gone limp, allowing the blood to escape freely from the hole in her neck. Pull the scissors back out with a sick squelch. Well done, Iggy. I smile. Stab them in again. Blood splatters up and onto my hand. My wrist. Now, even the small twitches have stopped. She's completely still. I blink, and my hand fall away. Rivulets of my own blood decorate the underside of my arm, mixing with the spray left behind from Gidget. It's a strange feeling. The room is so quiet now. So quiet, not even sure I'm breathing. Then clunking footsteps outside, racing towards the door. Slams open. Yeah, hi Genzo. Well, she tried to attack me first. What the fuck? Genzo's standing in the doorway, just staring at us. Look towards him calmly, blood speckling my cheeks, my arms, dark and glistening on my shirt. We had an argument, how they say when Genzo remains silent. Genzo winces, bringing a hand to his already sweaty face. Before either one of us can do anything else, sound of a commotion downstairs interrupts our standoff. What now? Genzo grins and darts back outside. He's there in a few moments. Then I see his eyes widen. Comes running back inside and slamming the door behind him. We got big fucking trouble on our hands, Iggy. Just before he manages to slam the door closed, I catch a glimpse of a person. They could even be called a person. Skin is gaunt and grey, eyes are puffy and red. Yep, we got the zombies back. I claw at the door. Hear low moans as the door shakes and rattles beneath their nails. Get up! Get up! Genzo grabs me by the collar and pulls me to my feet. Then eyes the red puddle in the middle of my shirt. How bad is it? He aimed the front of my collar down to try and get a better look. One hand roving inside to gently poke at the flayed skin. I think it's pretty deep. Stop! Genzo holds her hands up to stop my self-examination. The other to his mouth as his face goes slightly green. Extrazealous thud against the door makes both of us jump. Genzo begins cursing beneath his breath. Fuck. Think. He hits his fist against his forehead. Watch him for a moment, blinking. Wander towards Gidget, bending down to snap the scissors from her chest. Don't worry, I'll take care of them. Start for the door. And Genzo would have been hilarious in any other situation. Like a strangled half-gasp past squawk. Leans towards me, gulping my wrist in his palm and jerking me backwards. A fuck you will, he hisses. Sure the hell you're not gonna watch you get ripped apart by the things. Oh, somebody's gotta do something. I'm getting a little bit tired of you thinking. You need to be protected like some cowering rabbit. His face twists. That must have hurt. But I don't care. Getting sick of it. Turn back towards the door. Only for it to come flying open with a horrifying slam. Sends the door backwards and bouncing off the wall. Bodies come pouring in. So many of them. Crawl and lurch and moan like zombies. All of them with skin pulled taut across their bones and eyes sunken pink. A whole pile of them spills over and through the doorway as they clutch and crawl over each other to get inside the room. Fuck, I hear Genzo screech next to me. I have to admit, in my own eyes bug out the sheer number of bodies reaching and groping for us. I readjust my grip on the scissors and raise them hesitantly into the air. Only for Genzo to promptly knee me right in the gut. Ow. Air goes out of me like a deflating balloon. In that moment of limp helplessness, grabs me right around the middle and goes charging out the window. So I can do to cover my eyes before, with a gut-rattling impact on my backside, glass goes flying, splintering of wood goes sailing. The two of us go tumbling out through the shattered window pane, slam into the awning below. The combination of impact and weight must be too much for it. Now a second later, the whole thing buckles beneath us. We go clattering to the ground in a shower of boards and shingles. I lay there a moment, waiting for my ears to stop ringing, my body to stop screaming. Then push myself to my feet, careful to avoid any errant nails and broken wood. Genzo grows next to me, nurses his shoulder as he sits up. Fuck my life. The fuck was that? Half grumble, half moan as I attempt to push myself shakily to my feet. Fucking saving your life was what that was. Apparently I should have just left you there to get eaten alive, huh? Genzo lurches to his feet next to me with a winks. Take a menacing step forward, index finger already rammed straight. The sound of groans from above is enough to start my angry tirade before it even begins. I was up to see Gidget's rabid fans reaching and groping out through the window. Some of them are already attempting to pull themselves out after us. The situation is not much better on the ground. More gaunt faces appear around the corners of the nearby buildings, limping and dragging themselves across the once cheery cobbles. God damn it, I hiss. Fuck. Genzo brings his hand to his hat, gaze jumping furtively across our surroundings. His eyes sharpen. Come on, I have an idea. Takes off. Yelp at the sound of a body falling behind us, then quickly follow. Not sure where we're going at first. Around the corner, Genzo jerks backwards at the approach of another swarm of clawing reaching hands. Other way! Quickly reroute to the opposite road, circling around a set of buildings, just narrowly avoiding a convergence of two more packs. Straight on, back to the main street. Groans and moans and guttural screeches fill the air around us. Where are we going? Trying to think back to earlier, when I left Gidget and Genzo in the street to start my bout of binge drinking. Gidget had gone. Then it comes to me. I'm not sure how, but somehow, bubbling in the recesses of my brain, the expensive pier filled with bobbing boats, rising of water, flashes, so many flashes, cameras everywhere. Shake my head, going to the pier. Soon had the thought cross my mind, then we round another bend and the water appears. That blue one, Genzo shouts, pointing somewhere towards the left. My Gidget fans are everywhere now, spilling out alleyways, falling from windows and splat against the ground. All of them lurching and reaching, bones creaking, eyes oozing. Race to the edge. See the little blue slope Genzo is referring to. South floor in the breeze. In. Don't even stop. Take a flying leap off to the side of the pier and land against one of the boat's seats. So hard I swear I lose consciousness for half a second. Genzo's right behind me. The boat is sloshing in the water as he comes tumbling on board. Hand to my head, push myself back up. Till my double vision recedes and I can actually make out the pier and the body swarming our way. Then, same way the camera flashes had invaded my mind earlier, another image overtakes my mind. She may gaze towards the rope that's keeping us tied to the dock. Genzo, the rope. Try to look forward, dizzy and wobbling. Got it. Genzo lentes onto it, yanking and clawing at it in jerking tugs that send the shutters through the boat's frame. But I know it's no use. All he does is going to get that rope undone. Reach behind me and find the scissors sticking out of my back pocket. Don't remember putting them there. Something inside me must have known I'd need them. Whip them out and start towards the rope, snapping the blades down around the fibers. Cut, damn it. My finger muscles ache and shake. Can't seem to find enough strength to apply the necessary force, even for a chop and twist. Shit. Getting closer. Almost to the water now. Like a hungry wave spilling over the edge of the bucket. Shit. That's when Genzo's hand come around mine, casing him like a baseball glove of pressing. Once the hand doesn't sit bite into my palms and fingers, but the additional force seems to be working, as first one fiber snaps, then another, and like a whip-like lash, blades chop through the last remaining sinews, sending the ends of the rope flying. Two of us are careening backwards, hard, to the side of the boat. A full whoosh of air escaped from my lungs upon impact, though I avoid the brunt of the hit thanks to Genzo's shoulder. Boat rocks, bobs, begins drifting away from the dock. See those things gathering on the pier, reaching and mounting at us, or moaning at us, but there's nothing else they can do. We're already too far away. Thank fucking God. I glance down. His arms are tight around me. Feel his face pressed into my back. Jerk away. Now that we're no longer running for our lives, anger has rekindled itself in my belly. I couldn't handle that myself, I snap. Genzo blinks at me for a moment. Narrows his eyes. Wow, sorry for trying to make sure we don't get killed. Goes to his shoulder with a wince, his face tired. Well, it fucking hurts. Bring up my hands, feeling dead red grooves decorating my palms. Genzo's eyes wide with disbelief. Would you have preferred to get your hands eaten off? What the actual fuck is wrong with you, Iggs? I'm just sick and tired of you pushing your way in when you're not wanted. Who thought of that? Then, because I'm apparently lost all ability to stop myself at this point. And you're always touching me. Touching me to get you off? Is that it? Because his pupils got pinprick size. Face turns red. Oh, that is fucking it. Pounces. We both go down. Lands a nice shiner right on my chin that makes my head spin. I respond with a punch of my own right across his eye. His hands find my throat as mine find his hair, and we both go rolling. First he's on top, then me. Lands a knee right up in my crotch that brings my tears to my eyes. And I follow up by reaching his hair back so hard a solid handful comes out off of my hands. Takes him out of commission long enough that I'm able to clamber back on top. I reel my fist back, teeth clenched. Fine, I like you, okay? I stop, stare down at him. Not looking at me. Instead, his gaze pointing guiltily towards the side, his eyes bristling with tears. I feel my fist unclench, and maybe I do like touching you. Fuck, he winces. I never thought or expected you would like me back. I just didn't want to see you hurt. Bites down his lip, eyes tight. We just lie there, not saying anything. Genzo still refuses to look at me. I let my fist fall. Why? Why does this always have to happen? Sorry, just really fucked things up, didn't I? Genzo laughs, but I can hear the crackle of phlegm in his throat. Sit back and rub my face. Insides are twisting uncomfortably. Maybe in another time, if I had time to process everything, had time to work through my own feelings, might have felt differently. But right now, everything's coming too fast. Too all at once. First Gidget, now Genzo. It's too much pressure. Here in the boat, the wide night sky stretching out above us, feel the waters closing in. I just want to be alone. I crawl away towards the far end of the boat, wrap my arms around my knees. I need some time to myself, okay? Yeah, sure. Here gets his voice catch. Bring my face into my knees and close my eyes, shutting everything out.